is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2021 season was a year of unprecedented success for the Bourne Braves.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and the Bourne Braves are off to a perfect 5-0 start in 2021.
Oh my goodness, the Braves do it again! Win number 20 in the most dramatic fashion.
0-1 and Wallace sends a drive into left field. The Braves have won it!
After a 24-9-3 regular season earned the Bravos the President's Trophy, the Braves battled all the way to the CCBL Championship Series.
Swing and a miss! For the first time since 2017, the Bourne Braves punched their ticket to the big dance.
But the team came up just 2 games short.
Brewster defeats Bourne in the championship series of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Now, as the calendar flips to 2022, a slew of fresh faces come to Doran Park, including the man in charge.
The Bourne Braves have hired Scott Landers as the team's new field manager.
And with him comes just one returning star.
Smacked into right center, that's going to get down. The 4th RBI for Joshua Moylan.
But that doesn't mean the Braves aren't loaded from top to bottom.
This one taken high and deep to left. Is that going to get out of here? Jumping up, it's gone!
And swings, broken bat, lofted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's a brand new full season of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Eldredge Park as the Orleans Firebirds play host to the Bourne Braves here in game number 38 of the season. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. And the Braves, after a win last night, now tonight have an opportunity to secure their spot in the postseason with a win this evening against the Firebirds and either a loss or a tie in the Wareham Gateman Whitey Red Sox game. Calvin, a lengthy night last night. The Braves picked up a big win 4-3 over the Gateman, then stayed late because the bus broke down. We were there with them. What's the approach coming into tonight?
Well, try to play like you're well rested. It might be difficult because you were out all night last night, but hopefully the Braves slept in today to, I don't know, noon? I wish I could say I slept into noon, but hey, the Braves need to play like last night was just a regular game at Doran Park that they won 4-3 late. Come out with the same intensity when they scored a run in the first inning last night and get back after it because Orleans is ready to play, a team fighting for its playoff lives.
They just have a 3-point lead over the Chatham Anglers right now for that 4th playoff spot. They beat those Anglers yesterday, coming back late in that ballgame, which was huge for them. And you're right, they're going to be coming out today trying to earn that playoff spot and take advantage of this Braves team that has been a little bit up and down over the last couple of weeks, split that 4-game homestand 2 apiece, but coming off a win yesterday, looking to end the season series at 3-1. Now on the mound today for these Braves is going to be right-hander Cade Grundy. What can we expect from him tonight?
Well, hopefully Grundy's back attacking the strike zone. This is a guy who's seen a lot of successes here in a variety of different roles. He pitched out of the bullpen. He's pitched as a starter tonight against the Firebirds lineup that has really been gutted post-draft. It's all about attacking the strike zone because the Firebirds coming into play tonight, even with the size of this ballpark, score the least amount of runs per game in the league.
So it's going to be a good one tonight here, the Firebirds and the Braves. That's all for Calvin and I here on the pregame show, but make sure to stay tuned as we have the fastest 15 minutes in baseball before the Bravos with Ethan Frank and Back Friday right after the break.
Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the Call the Game on the Braves Twitter at Bourne Braves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the Call the Game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. NESN will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the NESN crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on NESN start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Bourne Braves pregame show.
Welcome to Before the Bravos. I know I missed you guys yesterday. I missed you on Sunday. I missed you on Saturday. But I'm back with my main man Friday on a Tuesday. Mac, how you doing?
Pretty good. This is my second favorite ballpark.
I know
on the
you're
Cape.
a big fan.
I like Orleans, and we're here, and we're back, and I'm excited to be here.
I'll say it. It's a lot better now than it was the first time we were here. The masses are out here in Orleans. Shout out to the Spector family. I mean, just a massive crowd here at Eldredge Park tonight. But from Eldredge in Orleans, let's go way west and head out and recap a little bit what happened in Worcester last night. And it was a big night for the back-to-back Rutgers Scarlet Knights in the Braves batting order, Mac.
Couldn't agree more. Evan Slight got the game rolling with an RBI single. Later had a single to lead off the fourth and came around all the way to score. Chris Brito annihilated a couple baseballs last night. Freshly shaven Chris Brito today. Excited to see what he can do. But my goodness, he hit a double that went off the left field wall that I am shocked it did not get out. It was absolutely
I was also shocked.
Destroyed. It was a pretty good night for the Rutgers guys.
It was indeed. Matt Shaw named the player of the week in the CCBL. So the Bourne Braves racking up accolades right now. And before we talk about tonight's game, I want to hear what you thought about Polar Park as a whole and the experience out in Woo Sox Nation, Mac.
I thought it was awesome. I live 5-10 minutes away from a AAA ballpark myself, and I was kind of comparing the two, and Polar Park just took the cake.
Oh, it's a brand new ballpark.
It was tremendous. I loved the blue monster in right field. I thought that was pretty cool. Otherwise, it was probably the best place to have a bus breakdown after the end of the game because just the memories that were made and the events that occurred after the fact up in that little suite area, watching the Bourne Band play some songs.
The Bourne Band.
That was tremendous. It was just a really overall fantastic experience at a great ballpark and a great ball game to watch to come with it.
Absolutely. I couldn't have enjoyed my experience at Polar Park more. I mean, it wasn't full. It wasn't even close to full. But the ballpark atmosphere was really, really good. And the guys seemed to enjoy it as well. They enjoyed the facilities. They enjoyed having those nice dugouts where you can get up on the top step and watch from behind the railing. It was a really fun night for baseball and one that I think both teams really enjoyed. And it seemed like, the coaches had a good time with it as well.
Absolutely. And another thing that various players pointed out to me, both catchers and pitchers included and batters, was that there was a batter's eye at the ballpark. They haven't really had much of a major minor league caliber batter's eye to see the ball out of the pitcher's hand here on the Cape. It's really just been foliage and trees out in center field or nothing at all. So Tomas Frick really enjoyed that. Talked to him about it behind the dish. The batters enjoyed it. Pitchers enjoyed it. It was a really overall good experience. Coaches were really happy to be coaching there. Give the guys maybe a glimpse of their future if they make it to AAA ball and beyond, which hopefully they do. And, pretty good night overall.
Hopefully not the last time some of the Braves are playing at Polar Park, and I think that is something that a lot of the guys in the dugout would agree with. But let's shift our focus to tonight. With a win, as I mentioned in pregame Tomahawk Talk, the Braves have a chance to clinch a playoff berth with a Gatemen loss, as well as winning the season series against the Firebirds, which they lead 2-1 right now. So let's talk about tonight's starting pitcher, Mac. Cade Grundy is back on the bump to start a game for the Braves. He came in as a starter, then was transitioned to the bullpen, and now he is back taking the bump to open games for the Braves. Why do you think he's back in this starting role, and how do you think he'll fare tonight?
Well, if you look at this Braves rotation, it got a little bit messed up because of Seth Keener's performance in the All-Star game. Keener had to throw that inning in the All-Star game, wanted to as well, and normally today would be his day, I believe, but he has been pushed back in the rotation a day, and so therefore Cade Grundy, who's a bullpen guy, after 2 starts, both of those starts didn't go exactly the greatest. July 2nd, he had 3 innings pitched with 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 hits against the Falmouth Commodores. He's back on the bump today to try and fill in, kind of work as an opener. He's got some guys behind him working today. Cameron Bai, you could see in long relief, and just kind of going from there.
Absolutely, indeed. And when you look at this Braves lineup tonight, we're not going to steal Max and Calvin's thunder, but the big name is Nelson Taylor at the top of the lineup, batting leadoff in just his 2nd game with the Braves. It'll be interesting to see what kind of spark. I was talking to him in the dugout before the game, said he's looking to drive balls to the gaps, get on base to set up the big hitters behind him.
And don't forget Nadir Lewis either. 2 outfielders debuts today. Both are very excited. Guys who can get on base, steal bases, hit the ball as well. They looked fantastic in batting practice, both of them. Excited to see what they can do, especially with Taylor hitting leadoff.
And this allows Mac Horvath to move back into the infield, his natural position. I will say, I think he's played a fantastic center field this season for the Braves when he's been called upon, having been a natural infielder.
I couldn't agree more, especially we saw him just be forced back on a lot of high line drives, especially with Sandy and Frick behind the dish against that recent contest where we saw him tested numerous times in various innings. He's done a tremendous job, especially as an infielder playing in the outfield.
Yeah, and I know you wouldn't say a bad word about a guy named Mac.
Nope.
So I shouldn't have even asked the question because I knew we were only going to get good things. But here in New Orleans, it is just a really pretty night here. As the season winds down, couldn't think of a more perfect time to be at Eldredge Park. And I was talking to Matt Shaw before the game. I was like, Matt, we're back where it all began back in the second to last week of June when he joined the Braves about a week into this season. He's happy to be back here. Hopefully a big night for the Braves bats. Obviously, the dimensions of Eldredge Park, short down the lines, very deep in center field. A light wind blowing out to right field right now. We saw a heavy wind blowing out to left the last time we were here, which was very interesting and allowed Chris Brito to absolutely demolish a baseball. Could we see some more home runs tonight, Mr. Friday?
Definitely so, and I'm looking at Matt Shaw first, and then I'm looking at Josh Moylan. First with Matt Shaw, because he had a hat trick of strikeouts last night in Worcester. Really not what he wanted. Kind of just
that was a good attempt at a Massachusetts
I tried it. It was a home game for him, and he really didn't have the greatest outing. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, hoping he can hit the ball better today. And then Josh Moylan, big crank up at the plate. He has not hit the ball in a very long time. Hopefully he takes advantage of another shallow outfield spot in right field here. Not as shallow as left field, but still, hopefully he can get the bat rolling.
Indeed, and looking at the playoff picture in both the West and the East, the Braves can clinch a spot in the West Division playoffs with a win tonight and a Wareham Gateman loss. That is possible. Or tie.
There you go.
And Orleans able to stave off Chatham last night. We're losing for a lot of that game, but a big comeback late allows them to go 3 points up on the Anglers with just 7 to play. That was the last game between those two teams fighting for that 4th and final spot. The East is wild. Have you seen those standings, Mac?
I definitely have. They're not separated by much. It could be Harwich, it could be Orleans, it could be Chatham even, and it's astounding.
Maybe even Brewster. You saw what Harwich did to Brewster last night.
It's astounding to see Chatham go on the run that they have to get back into contention for a playoff spot. It's very admirable of Tom Holliday and his staff and his team of what they've done to be able to put themselves in that position after the terrible slide that they went on.
Absolutely. You look at the two teams that were in last place for a lot of the first half of the season in Falmouth and Chatham, and you could argue those are the 2 hottest teams in the entire league up until the last few nights. Falmouth gets another big win over Hyannis last night. They're pushing the Braves for 3rd in the West right now.
Definitely. It seems like the Braves have just grasped that 3rd place in the league for so long, and honestly, I wouldn't be too upset.
They're 4th overall. They're top half of the league.
I wouldn't be too upset if Falmouth did take that 3rd spot, because that means the Braves play Hyannis.
I think, though, there is a chance that Hyannis falls back to number 2, which is why you need to keep going out and winning games. Right now, you're in the midst of playing 4 straight games against East Division teams. At Orleans tonight, home Harwich on Wednesday, off Thursday, at Harwich Friday, at Chatham Saturday. So this is your last run against the East when those teams are jockeying for playoff position. Every single team in the East is rooting for the Braves when they're playing East Division teams this week. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag of what's going on. But the playoff picture is taking shape. It looks like you've got 4 certain teams in the West, with Wareham likely to be eliminated sooner rather than later. But the East is heating up, and the Braves will be getting everyone's best shot because of how close these playoff spots are in the East.
couldn't have said it better myself, and it's pretty interesting to see how these matchups are going to work out, because Bourne obviously would like to face Hyannis over Cotuit just because of the way that they've played at McKeon Park and against the Harbor Hawks overall. Cotuit is continuing to rise, especially with the reinforcements that they've gotten. So Bourne, really, it's a very interesting situation, especially with the surging Commodore squad. You really never know how the West is going to end, especially when you have all these games against Eastern opponents. You're trying to beat those East teams. They've been better against East teams than against West teams, so hopefully the results hold.
That's why it makes the last 3 games of the season so interesting. You've got home Falmouth, at Cotuit, home Hyannis, then the last 3 games Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week. All right, before we end before the Bravos, Mac, a prediction for tonight's game here at your second favorite ballpark on Cape Cod.
I think the Braves are going to channel their first performance from this ballpark. I'm going to go with 8-3 Bravos.
8-3 Bravos. I'm going to say it's going to be a little tighter. I'm going to go 7-5 Braves. All right, that'll do it for Before the Bravos. For Mac Friday, I'm Ethan Frank. You'll hear me throughout the game. You can read Mac's post-game recap at bornbraves.org. Definitely not at bravos.com. Max and Calvin have the call throughout the game. You can listen to them right here on the Born Braves Radio Network, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bornbraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves, or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
For the first time since 2019, the full Cape Cod League playoff slate is back. Last season, just 2 teams from the East and West Division respectively played in the shortened playoff format, but this year there will be a full 8-team slate. 4 teams from the East and West will get a shot at the title. The Braves have missed the postseason just once since 2007 and look to make another run back to the title game in 2022, a series they lost a season ago. It's the Cape Cod League playoffs, and they're back in full swing for the first time in 3 years.
For the 11th straight season, you can catch Cape Cod League baseball on WEEI. The station will be home to 12 Cape League contests on the station's local affiliate 96.3 FM. The Braves will be on the airwaves twice in the regular season, first on July 3rd when the Bravos are in Wareham, and then on July 31st when Bourne welcomes Falmouth to Doran Park. Catch the Braves on live radio, but you can always watch or listen to the team live on the Bourne Braves YouTube channel. Just search Bourne Braves.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. From the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
The sun is shining bright here at Eldredge Park as the Orleans Firebirds take the field to face the Bourne Braves for the 4th and final time here in the regular season. Braves entering at 17-14-6, the Firebirds 14-19-4. This will be game number 38 on the campaign. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Christopher. Let's take a look at the starting 9 tonight that'll be sent out by manager Scott Landers for the Braves this evening. Leading off in center field, making his first start in a Bravos uniform, will be Nelson Taylor, followed by Matt Horvath, the second baseman. Matt Shaw, the reigning player of the week, will bat third at shortstop. Cleaning things up will be Evan Slight in left field. Chris Brito, a couple of big doubles yesterday. He now leads the league in that category. Bats fifth and is DHing this evening. Wyatt Hensler over at third will bat sixth. Josh Moylan seventh at first. Nadir Lewis also making his first start in a Braves uniform. Bat eighth in right field. And Alan Espinal, the catcher, will round out the 9 against the right-hander Chris Clark on the bump for the Firebirds tonight.
Well, Max, the Braves are playing, which means it's a Harvard pitcher throwing against them. Clark, another Harvard right-hander, a guy who has thrown against the Braves this season. An inning of work when the Birds were in Bourne on July 8th. He went just 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. As of late, he's been solid, but he ran into a lot of trouble in his last appearance against Harwich. 3 earned runs in just 2 1/3. ERA just under 4 in the campaign, but trying to keep Orleans' playoff hopes alive here as they are in a really tight run down the stretch.
They lead Chatham for that 4th playoff spot in the Eastern Division by just 3 points. And again, those two clubs faced each other yesterday. It ended up being a 5-2 win for these Firebirds, but they trailed that game 2-1 through the first 2/3 of that ball game. And if Chatham had won that one, Chatham would currently hold on to the playoff spot as we speak, but nonetheless, Orleans able to come back, and they look to gain some ground tonight. Just about ready to say play ball as Nelson Taylor digs into the left-hander's batter's box for his first plate appearance as a Bourne Brave. Clark from the first base side of the rubber comes set from the windup, nods his head, turns, kicks, and fires his first pitch. Fastball down and in for ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway here from Eldredge Park. Sun is shining bright down the first base side, just about 77 degrees here at first pitch. As Clark turns, kicks, and tosses his 1-0. Swing and a miss. Taylor late on a fastball right there. The count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. As per usual on the road, the Braves wearing their navy blue tops with their gray bottoms. Orleans with their white tops, white bottoms, and white caps with the black sleeves. 1-1 the count here, just getting underway. Pitch, swing, and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher and Connor Burns for strike 2. Clark quickly climbs ahead at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clark, a fastball, slider, changeup, curveball mix. Has shown off that fastball a couple times. That's topped out size 94. Next pitch, swing and a foul straight back. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taylor at Polk State in 52 games at .236, 2 homers, 27 RBIs with 27 stolen bags. The third Polk State player to play for the Braves this summer, of course, with Jack Duffy and Dakota Harris as well. 1-2, misses outside and low, count evens up at 2-2.
This guy can really fly. That's why he's at the top of Scott Lander's order tonight. 27 stolen bases in 52 games this season for the Eagles of Polk State.
Clark mixes up his grip. Now he's ready. The 2-2. Swing and a pop and foul straight back. Count will stay the same. So Taylor, after being late on a couple of fastballs to start things off, has put together a really lengthy at-bat. Very reminiscent of what we saw yesterday over at Polar Park with Bryce Eblin, an 11-pitch plate appearance that resulted in a check swing bloop single. Taylor was watching that from the third base dugout. Would love to emulate the same here in his first plate appearance tonight. 2-2 again. Swinging a high pop of third base side. The third baseman in Metzdorf will give it a look, but it'll fly out of play. Count stays at 2-2.
Really good at-bat here to begin the game by Taylor. Clark blew a couple of fastballs by him early in the at-bat, but he has adjusted, he has got to the heater, and now Clark's finding trouble with the put-away pitch.
8th pitch of the plate appearance coming up right here. As Taylor takes some time, now digs back into the box. Lefty on right. Clark from the wind is 2-2 again. Fastball just misses a little bit upstairs. Ball 3, really close spot, but an even better take from Taylor. The count runs full at 3-2.
This is quite the debut. You talked about his batting clip under the 240 mark this season at Polk State, but a really good at-bat, looking to get on base any way he can.
Clark versus Taylor, who will win this battle? Clark winds and fires the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out to right center field, fairly deep. Humphrey sprinting back towards the track in front of the wall. He leaps, and this one's gone. Nelson Taylor, what a debut. A 9-pitch at-bat, and he caps it with a solo home run out to right center field to lead off the game. And just like that, the Braves take a 1-0 lead.
All right, okay. Nelson Taylor, how about that? This guy was juggling baseballs in the dugout at Polar Park yesterday. He's juggling a really good at-bat and a slugging percentage of 4,000 right now. He got a heater up in the zone, and he put it into the Orleans bullpen. What the at-bat? How about a first impression?
Incredible stuff. So 1 run in, nobody out here for Mac Horvath now. Clark's first pitch is swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1. 0-1, and this ball just continued to carry, and that flag in right center field completely still, so no help from the wind. All the power from the left-handed swing of Nelson Taylor. Righty on right here. Clark winds and fires his 0-1. Breaking ball's hit hard on the line, left center field. This one's down for a base hit as it trickles out to the center fielder in Kieshel. Mac Horvath picks up a base hit. Back-to-back base hits for the Braves to open up things here in the top of the first inning. Let's take a look at the starting defense tonight. That'll play behind Chris Clark for the Firebirds this evening. Left to right in the outfield, Tommy Hopfeed, Luke Kieshel, and Isaac Humphrey. Drew Metzdorf, the third baseman, Nick McCleary, and J.D. Urso up the middle. Cam Jones at first base, and Connor Burns will do the catching behind the plate. So Braves lead it by 1 after the leadoff home run from Nelson Taylor. Horvath followed with the single that sends up Matt Shaw now, the reigning player of the week here on the Cape. First pitch from Clark, swinging a hard ground ball right to the shortstop McCleary, picks it up cleanly, shovels to second for 1. Urso's relay to first base is in time to get Shaw to finish off the 6-4-3 double play ball. So a good bounce back for Chris Clark, is able to get 2 quick outs on just 1 pitch to Shaw.
And Shaw hit it hard, that's what he does, but luckily for Orleans, right at the shortstop McCleary, who made the easy flip, good turn up the middle, an easy 6-4-3 double play. So after a home run and a single, now the bases are empty with 2 outs, and it looks like Clark has a way to wiggle himself out of his frame, only allowing the solo shot.
12 pitches now here for Clark. 2 outs, nobody on for Evan Slight. First pitch. Down and in with a fastball. Slight jumps out of the way for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Your umpires tonight, Brandon Johnson calling balls and strikes. Jeff Kinney manning third base. And John DiGirolamo over at first. 1-0 the count here on Slight. Pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball right side, raging towards his left is Urso. He dives. He can't get it as it trickles out to right field. Braves coming out swinging since their return from Worcester. 3 hits in this inning as Evan Slight extends his on-base streak to 22 games here on the Cape.
You think there's a bus hangover, Max? You think they're still tired from last night's endeavors? I don't. Evan Slight loves to just get it out of the way. I'm going to extend my on-base streak tonight. No need to fret. No need to worry if I'm going to do it late in the innings. I'll just get it done in the first frame, roping it into right field for a base hit.
So that'll send up Chris Brito now, who was fantastic yesterday evening. 2 for 4 with 2 doubles as well. Righty on right, first pitch is down and in. Picked on an in-between out by the catcher and Burns for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
How about Brito's look?
I was going to say, I didn't even recognize him.
Me
I
neither.
thought someone else was wearing the number 28 today.
I thought the same thing. I thought Ethan Frank go up to him at the batting turtle. I'm like, oh, Ethan must be greeting a new player, but I didn't think the Braves activated anyone today.
1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses. Make that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. County leads up at 1. For those that did not hear the pregame show, Chris shaving his beard after getting home last night at around 1:32 a.m. when the bus got back to Doran Park. So
Just 'cause.
why not? A couple doubles yesterday, let it go, I guess. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in the inside corner, another strike. 1-2.
I mean, he's not going to let it hold him back anymore, so he's just going to let it go. Turn away and slam the door, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Slight takes his lead from first. 1 run already in on the leadoff home run from Nelson Taylor on a 9-pitch plate appearance. Clark digs back in to the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swinging a pop-up behind home plate, foul ground. Connor Burns giving it a look. It will fly out of play. In towards the broadcast booth for the Firebirds. A nice play right there from one of the Firebird staff members. I know, I was going to say, we've been waiting for that. That was just teasing us right there to watch that one. And he made that catch clean with 2 hands, no glove. 1-2 the count, still here on Brito.
To be honest with you, I had no idea where that baseball was, so I'm very happy it wasn't over here.
We're ready to go. The sun is right in our eyes, shining over that hill down the first base side, so we are blinded a little bit here. 1-2 the count. Slight takes his lead from first. Pitch is a breaking ball right over the outside corner for strike 3. Is that will retire the side? But the Braves able to capitalize on Chris Clark here in the top of the first inning. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. The big blast, Nelson Taylor, his first plate appearance as a Brave, leaves the yard after a 9-pitch at-bat. Bottom of the first coming up. The Firebirds coming up for the first time tonight when we come back here on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
It's time to go back to the ballpark. This is Born Braves Baseball.
Bottom half of the first inning, 1-0 Braves your score here. As the Firebirds come to the plate for the first time tonight, already trailing. Let's take a look at their starting 9, sent out by manager Kelly Nicholson. Leading off at center field will be the All-Star Luke Keishel, followed by J.D. Urso at second base. Cam Jones, the first baseman, will hit third. Isaac Humphrey in right field will clean things up. Garrett Gilmet, the DH, will hit fifth. Drew Metzdorf, the third baseman, sixth. Tommy Hupfe, the left fielder, 7th. Connor Burns will hit 8th behind the plate, and Nick McCleary, the shortstop, will round out the 9 against the right-hander Kate Grundy, out for his 8th appearance and 3rd start.
Yeah, Grundy's been really sharp, earning another start tonight, his 3rd of the season, like you mentioned. Hasn't allowed a run in his last 4 innings of work, and his last appearance was really good. It wasn't a mop-up role, but still was great. Allowed just a single hit in 3 innings of work against Kituitt. That was in the loss at Doran Park a week ago.
So it'll be Luke Keishel to lead things off here. This will be Grundy's first start since July 2nd against the Commodores when he gave up a couple of home runs. But having a good year so far. 18 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts to 9 walks, an ERA at 2 flat. So it'll be a right-handed hitter in Keishel to start things off here. The Firebirds looking to play comeback just as they did last night. Again, the big shot, the leadoff home run from Nelson Taylor for the Braves in the top of the first. First pitch to Keishel is a breaking ball that drops over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 0-1 the count as we press play here on the bottom of the first.
Grundy's been successful against Orleans as well this season in his one outing against the Birds.
He winds and fires his 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses a bit inside. Keishel crowding the plate a little bit as the count evens up at 1-1.
That was all the way back on June 24th. Pitched 4 innings, allowing just 1 earned run and 3 hits, and punched out 2 Firebirds.
Grundy working quickly. Here's his 1-1 pitch. Swinging a pop up first base side will fly out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A huge crowd on hand tonight here at Eldredge Park. On the hill, berm, whatever you want to call it, down the first base side and foul ground, it's completely packed. There is not one little speck of green grass right now down that right field line. Grundy fires the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 3. Good start for Cade Grundy. He rings up Keishel to open up things here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense tonight. That'll man behind Grundy for the Braves. Left to right in the outfield, Evan Slight, Nelson Taylor, and Nadir Lewis. Wyatt Henson, the third baseman, Matt Shaw. At shortstop, Matt Horvath getting the start at second base after we've seen him almost primarily in center. Josh Moylan over at first, and Alan Espinal will do the catching. Here's J.D. Urso to the plate. First pitch on the way is outside, rolls to the backstop as it glances off the glove of Espinal for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. This will be the 9th game of the summer so far for Urso. Hitting a .172, 5 for 29 with a couple of RBIs, but coming into this evening, 1 for his last 18, so looking to get something going. 1-0 from Grundy. Upstairs and in with a fastball for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. For Grundy, a fastball, curveball, changeup, slider mix. Curveball is best swing and miss pitch, 38% whiff rate so far this summer. Hitters count for Urso 2-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, about thigh high on the inside corner, 2-1. Grundy twists and tosses the 2-1. Swing and a miss, good sweeping breaking ball. Down out of the zone that Urso goes after. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Grundy, a guy with 2 breaking pitches, the curveball and the slider. That looked to be the slider, a pitch he only throws 8% of the time, but a really good one there.
2-2. Outside ball 3. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Walks have not been too much of an issue for Grundy this year. 9 and 18 innings of work. Opponents also just hitting a .185 against the right-hander out of Louisville. Count is full here, 3-2. Braves up by 1 here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 is swung on and skied out to right field, medium depth. Lewis ranging towards his left, towards the right field line. Will reach up to make the galloping grab for out number 2. Lewis had to cover a ton of ground to grab that one. See, he was right in the front row of that berm seating right there by the time he made that play. 2 away. So good start for Grundy. 2 quick outs as that brings up Cam Jones to the plate. And this is a Firebirds lineup that has lost a few of their biggest pieces, especially since the Braves last saw them. No more Furman, no more Honeyman, Sin or Rodden. So they've had to fill in a lot of gaps here in this starting 9. As Grundy's first pitch is on the way, swinging a pop at first base side and foul. 0-1 the count. Those 4 combined, Nate Furman, Alan Rodden, Travis Honeyman, and Kevin Sim, 14 for 33. Against the Braves at a .424 clip with 3 homers, 7 RBIs, and 6 extra base hits. All 4 of them not with the team anymore. Next pitch is hit hard right up the middle to his right. Goes the second baseman Horvath. Plays it on the long hop, shuffles across, and throws to first base to retire Jones. As that will retire the side as well. Fantastic work by Cade Grundy as he gets a 1-0 lead in the top of the first and promptly sets down the top third of the Firebirds lineup. 1, 2, 3. Top of the second coming up. Braves lead it 1-0 here on the Born Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick, Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax-deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
Grab your hot dog and your lawn chair. This is Born Braves Baseball.
Top half of the second inning, Braves lead it 1-0. Max Standard alongside Calvin Cristoforo. And for Chris Clark, limited the damage to 1 run after that 9-pitch at-bat that finished with the Nelson Taylor home run. But the Braves were aggressive against him and picked up 3 hits. He was able to limit the damage, however.
You have 4 hard-hit balls, too, if you throw in the double play ball by Shaw. Unfortunately, it was hit right at McClear, the middle infielder, who tossed the 6-4-3 double play.
Wyatt Hensler will lead things off here against Clark, righty on right. Clark winds and fires the first pitch. Fastball right over Broadway for a strike. 0-1 the count. Hensler did not play yesterday, but was 1 for 3 in his last start late last week. Now hitting .218 with 8 RBIs. If you flash back all the way to June 18th when the Braves were last year at Eldredge Park, Hensler had a good night. As Clark comes set. Time now called, granted by the home plate umpire Brandon Johnson to Hensler, the hitter. Wyatt hit a triple out to right field that almost snuck out. Again, short dimensions down both the right field and left field lines here at Eldredge. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 314 feet down the right field line, just 300 feet down the left field line. But then it jets out very deep, 434 feet to straightaway center field. Count even at 1 here. Clark from the wind, here's his pitch. Breaking ball misses inside ball 2. That's backed up on him a couple of times. Hensler climbs ahead at 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, the Braves tonight with a win and a Wareham loss or tie against YD can clinch a playoff spot. So they're looking to take care of business this evening, already lead 1-0. 2-1 the count here on Hensler. Here's Clark's pitch. Fastball outside ball 3, 3-1. Both Hyannis and Katuitt have already clinched their spots, both with 20 wins. Separated by 1 game, Hyannis just a 1-point lead. And Brewster and Hyannis now have a final. The Whitecaps beating the Harbor Hawks 3-1, so that's now back-to-back losses for Hyannis. 3-1, swinging a broken bat, fly ball, shallow center field. Keishel got a late jump, he sprints in. He's there to make the catch for out number 1. 1 away, good start for Chris Clark here in the top of the second. So with that now, Katuitt with the win as they are about getting ready to get set to play Chatham tonight over at Veterans Field at a 7 o'clock start. Could take over first place with a win this evening.
How about that, too? Chatham is 8 minutes away from starting, and Brewster and Hyannis are done.
Unbelievable.
How about that? Like, you could swing a double header out of that.
Absolutely.
Both for free.
Here's Josh Moylan now with 1 away, nobody on. 1-0 Braves your score. Just getting underway, top of the second inning. Clark's first pitch is swung on and skied out to shallow center. Keishel getting tested again. Takes about 3 or 4 steps towards his right. He trots in to make the catch. 2 away, 2 up, 2 down here for Clark. Now 3 in a row retired. Of course, with the sun setting a little bit earlier as we get towards August, both Katuitt and Brewster having to start their games a little bit earlier as we get down the stretch here to avoid having games ending early due to no lights at both of those ballparks. Lights here at Eldredge Field, so Orleans can continue to start here at 6:30 as we did tonight. 2 away here for Nadir Lewis. This is his first plate appearance in a Braves uniform. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, a strike. 0-1. Lewis made his debut last Friday against Falmouth in the 9th inning, came in as a defensive replacement in left field. Clark nods his head in agreement with Burns, twists and tosses the 0-1. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. At Princeton, Lewis just put up tremendous numbers, was second team All-Ivy, led Princeton in home runs, slugging, extra base hits, walks, and on-base percentage. Here's the 1-1 from Clark. Swing and a foul straight back. Good rip from the left-hander as the count moves to 1-2.
Really big-time power numbers from this guy, and he can also run really well. Sets his high school record for most triples in a career, so big-time extra base pop out of the second-team All-Ivy League selection.
Big alleys to take advantage of here at Eldredge Park as well. Again, 434 feet to straightaway center. He's behind 1-2. Here's Clark's pitch. Breaking ball taken down away. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
100% of the time the Braves played Eldredge Park this season, a Princeton outfielder has hit a home run. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Fantastic note right there. 2-2 the count here. 2 down. Here's Clark's pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Blew a fastball by Lewis and got him twisting in a circle to retire the side. Second strikeout of the night for Clark. Both have ended the first and second.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
You can do it. If you want to try that.
Braves fans living on the Cape, far from Doran Park, too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham,